So there's obviously, as we expected, international ire at Israel for outlawing UNRWA in Jerusalem, Gaza, and the West Bank. International backlash erupts as Israel passes legislation to shut down UNRWA operations, with the US warning of implications while EU and allies condemn the move amidst the Gaza humanitarian crisis. The international community lashed out at Israel on Monday after the Knesset overwhelmingly passed two bills that would effectively shut down the United Nations Relief and Works Agency operations in East Jerusalem, Gaza, and the West Bank. Passage of this legislation could have implications under US law and US policy, said US State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller. He noted that US Secretary Blinken had already warned Israel against taking such a step in a letter he wrote to Israel earlier this month, detailing actions Israel had to take to improve humanitarian conditions in Gaza or risk restricted military assistance. So once again, you do as we say, or we're not going to supply you with any arms or ammunition or anything that you might need. In the midst of your crisis, while everyone's trying to wipe you out from the river to the sea, if you don't do what we say, we won't support you. That is not an ally. That is someone who is vindictively using the situation to control you. That's what's going on there. And there's been how much proof that's come out of Israel all along that shows that UNRWA is educating the people to hate the Jews. They are training the people to hate the Jews. Their bases are being used for the storing of arms and rockets and terrorists, and there's tunnels underneath them. Most of the people that work for them are in fact actually also terrorists. All this proof was presented, but none of it means nothing. Some of them were even involved in October 7, and still the world would do nothing about it. They even wanted to give them a peace prize, which tells you a lot about the situation in the world. UNRWA plays an irreplaceable role right now in Gaza, where they are on the front lines getting humanitarian assistance to the people that need it. There's nobody that can replace them right now in the middle of the crisis, Miller said. UNRWA operates under a mandate from the UN General Assembly, and only that body can shut it down. Israel, however, has the power to close its operations in the territory it controls, and on Monday night it did exactly that. Within 90 days, they're out. Ireland, Norway, Slovenia, Spain, countries that unilaterally recognized Palestinian statehood, issued a joint statement against the move. Belgium spoke out, saying it sets a very serious precedent for the work of the United Nations and all organizations of the multilateral system. On Sunday, in advance of the vote, 7 countries issued a joint statement in support of UNRWA. None of them could do that for Israel, could they? Canada, Australia, France, Germany, Japan, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. Nabil Abu Rudaineh, the spokesperson for the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, called on the international community to take decisive action against this dangerous legislation. Why is it dangerous? Because they need UNRWA to be able to spread funds to terrorists, to be able to store weapons, to be able to continue doing what they've been doing with UNRWA, educating people to hate Jews, hate Judaism, hate Israel, and grow up to become martyrs. That's what they need them for, and they need their money. That's what it's about. So they are obviously horrified. You know who else is extremely upset and screaming about it from the rooftops? Erdogan from Turkey, who recognizes Hamas and Hezbollah and everyone as freedom fighters justly fighting against Israel. And that tells you all you need to know about the situation. No matter what UNRWA does, they're killing people, they're involved in the terrorism, they've committed heinous crimes. All of the proof is there. Their bases and places have been used for these things, the education they've been giving the children. All of that's fine because it's just Jews. Yeah, that's the situation. And even this video will receive major backlash and trolls that will immediately carry on about the lines the world is pushing. Israel's the villain. Only Israel's at fault. UNRWA's completely fine. All of that's fine. Shame, all these people here on the left trying to kill Israel. We should look after them. This world is upside down and out of place because it's all coming together for that final week of Daniel. That's good news for us. But pray. Pray for the lost. Pray for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for hearts of stone to become hearts of flesh, scales to drop off eyes, and people to have God moments where they discover Jesus Christ for themselves and turn from their wicked ways. Shalom.